First impressions are everything, especially when it comes to dogs. Dogs are not as forgiving as people, sometimes. And if you make a bad first impression or you spook them and they don't like you, they most likely will not change their mind. So today, I wanted to show you guys how I start off every single photo shoot to assure that it is a 100% absolute success. What is this? Success. So let's cue that intro. I'll go get my assistant and I'll meet you guys back here in a momento. Hi. Hi, nice to meet you. Okay, I am back with my assistant, little baby Sue here, and we are going to show you guys how I start off every single photo. This will assure that the dog loves you and that the photo shoot is an absolute success. So first thing is you want to have many treats. Let's start off with the first thing. The dog comes into the studio and you do not want to shove your hand in their face like that. Not a good first impression. What you want to do is hold your palm out like this. Yes, good girl. And let them sniff it on their own. Do not shove it in their face, that's rude. Just let them like this. Oh, good girl, yes. Let them come to you. Good girl. Have treats on you and ready. Make sure that they have no allergies. First, I always ask people before they even come in so that I'm aware. But if you don't, make sure you ask the parent if the dog has any allergies before giving them any treats. If you are good to go, then give said dog the treat. Yes, good girl. Now, it really depends on the size of dog for me personally. If it's a small dog like little Sue here, then I'll get down on the ground like I currently am. I will literally get on my knees so that I'm better equipped to talk to them and be their friend. If it's a bigger dog, I'll stay standing because I don't want them to get all excited and punch me in the face, and ask them to sit. If they sit, this is a very basic command, so most dogs know it. If they don't, no big deal, don't like reprimand them, but just say, can you sit? And then if they sit, then this gives you an opportunity to give them a lot of praise. Like so. Susie, sit. Yes, good girl, good sit. Now the dog knows you are the treat lady. They know that I have control. I'm a person of leadership, I guess I could say. This is also a really great way to control the dog's excitement level as well. So if they're jumping on you, being all crazy, then asking them to sit really kind of narrows in their focus onto you and is waiting for that treat. Calms down the excitement level a bit. After that, I just let the dogs sniff around. This is a new environment for them. It's all very exciting. Sit, good girl. It's all very exciting, so let them explore, sniff around, get used to the area without you being so needy and in their face. So once the dog has gotten a little bit used to you, I go sit right in my spot. So I don't have my studio set up right now because I'm just hanging out with me little dog here. But if I were to be in studio, I'd go sit in my spot where I take the picture. Once the dog is semi-comfortable with me, I just go right to that area, because if I'm just wandering around not really knowing what I'm doing, basically if I'm confused, they're gonna be confused. So I'm sitting in my spot, and first I condition them to the backdrop. So what I'll do is I'll just take a couple treats like so, and I will just throw them on the backdrop. Like that, throw them on the backdrop. I'll leave like a little cluster or just sprinkled treats everywhere and let them go and grab the treats on their own. This is a great way to get them used to the backdrop without forcing them on, because a lot of dogs can be a little uncomfortable with it at first just because it's a different kind of feeling. They're not used to walking on a, large piece of paper essentially. Now, before I continue on, really, it depends on the dog. There's so many different personalities, so many different types of dogs, but I just wanted to run you through a very basic situation. Thank you, good girl. Of how I condition a dog to a photo shoot. So this is just, for the average dog that's not overly anxious or nervous. So next, I'm going to condition them to the camera. Since I'm filming on my camera, I'm gonna use my phone as a demo. Basically, I'll set the camera down on the ground and I'll just sprinkle some treats around it. Let the dogs eat the treats, very close proximity to the camera. Okay. Yeah. So this is a great way to just get the dog used to the camera itself, the physical camera, so they know that like this big giant structure that they've never seen before isn't scary. Next, I will pick up the camera and just take a couple shots. All the lights are off. The photos will be completely black and useless, but it's just to get the dog used to the shutter on the camera because it makes a little bit of a noise. So I'll shoot off the camera. Yes, good girl, and treat. Shoot off the camera. Yes, good girl, and treat. Make sure you're doing lots and lots of praise, as excited as you possibly can, because this is what positive reinforcement is all about, and this is how the dog will respond best to the situation. So, assuming that the dog, leave it, sit, good girl. Assuming the dog is responding well to the training thus far and is not too nervous, I will bring the camera up to my face like this, as if I'm taking a picture. All the lights are still off, but it's just kind of upping the ante a little bit, making it just a little bit more difficult. I had to bring my dog closer to my eye level. She's so small. So like getting small. So like I said, I bring the camera up to my eye level, and immediately once I do that, I treat. So I'm a lot more coordinated when I'm in studio, but yes, good girl! And then I'll put it down, give them a break, bring it back up. Yes, good girl! Take a couple blank shots with the lights off as well, with the camera up to your eye. Yes, good girl! Sit. Good. And then what I'll do is I'll turn my lights on. So what I mean by this is just turning it on, but not flashing it, if that makes sense. So my lights are on, and I'm going to shoot them off for the first time because my dog is doing well. She's not scared. She's not nervous. She's down to clown. So what I'm going to do so that the lights don't flash right in the dog's eye, because keep in mind, the light is right above my head right here. So if they're looking at me at my eye level, sit, leave it, sit. At my eye level and I turn the lights off, it's gonna flash right in their eyes for the first time, and it could spook them. So I bring the treat down low and I hold their head down low, and then I shoot the lights off, and the moment the lights go off, yes, good girl! Yes, good girl! Lots of praise, lots of treats. And then I up the ante again. So she's sitting, camera's up to my face. I take my first normal picture basically, and then lots of treats, lots of praise. You want to be this dog's cheerleader. So I want you to act as ridiculous as you possibly can. That is pretty much it. Now your dog is used to the camera, the backdrop, and the lights. Like I said, every situation is so very, very different, and if you guys are interested, maybe I'll do kind of like a case study video on different types of dog personalities, because Sue here obviously is very treat motivated, and I use this kind of just very brief example of how I start a photo shoot with, you know, the non-anxious, non-scared, very average dog. But that is how I start off every single photo shoot, and that's how we get 100% success. Yes, you heard it right. 100% success. There has never been a photo shoot that we could not complete. For real. I'm not lying to you. It seems crazy, like we've had a ton of dogs that are very, very anxious, very, very afraid, but we always get the photos because patience is key, positive reinforcement is key, and really just knowing your dog's body language and personality, which I'd love to do another video on as well. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button as well as subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Oh, don't forget to follow us on Instagram for your daily dose of dog at Floofy Studios, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace. So let's start right from the beginning. The dog comes into the studio. Oh, thank you. High five. Good girl.